don't know why I'm not hearing any sound. Hey, 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 hey. Hello, 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 hello. It is amazing. We are premiering also on YouTube tonight. So if you are going to be watching us on YouTube, welcome to our premiere of Not Your Typical Girl Talk. We are definitely not typical, and you will be seeing why over the next 60 minutes. So welcome everybody. Thank you for joining. Of course, we're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves in alphabetical order before we go into the foolishness.
Oh, so just thinking of all the foolishness, I'm like, hey everybody, this is Garcia. Welcome to Not Your Typical Girl Talk, where we try to make sense out of foolishness of this deep, dark internet. You can catch the replays of this show on radio region syndicated to iHeartRadio. Thank you to Radio Region for allowing us to have this platform. You can catch the replays Saturdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time through iHeartRadio. And catch replays here on YouTube, of course. Search Not Your Typical Girl Talk. We are live here every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Tell me,
you know what? It's all in the hood. I'm getting cameras on my don't feel no way. Hey y'all. Allie, I'm so happy to be here with my Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew. This is a show. We always have interesting stories, but some of these stories are honestly some people make them up, but it's actually real life. I can't even wait to get into it. Sheba girl, how are you doing?
I am fabulous. My name is Toshiba. They call me Sheba. I'm the final female member of the Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew, but my partner in life and in crime is going to introduce himself.
Robbie 3 times. Happy Wednesday, everybody, and let's get to it.
So, if you are new to our show, for you YouTube people, for you Instagram people, what we do is we take 60 minutes every Wednesday to bring you all the foolishness we have found on the internet, and we give our perspective. Robbie 3 times here has 2 segments where he gets to give his very male perspective, and we love it. Just so you know, he's got his 3 minutes and he tells it how it is. Us 3 ladies are from a Caribbean background who also grew up in Toronto, and Rob is very American. So it makes for a fun time. So we're going to go into our first segment and listen. There are some families where you expect them to hold themselves to higher standards. So we think about the Kennedys, we think about the Obamas, we think about, people like the Westons from Canada. They're just certain people. And you would want to think that you could put the Bidens in this category. But unfortunately, what we've been hearing about in these streets about what's going on in the Biden household is very interesting. So I'm going to put that up here for everybody, and I'm going to read for those of you who will not be able to see what that says on my screen. And let's just say we were a little surprised by this revelation. So it says, Hunter Biden asked Arkansas judge to block 4-year-old daughter he had with stripper from taking his last name. Yes, you heard that right. Biden had a baby with stripper, and now he doesn't want her to have the Biden last name. And I will read a little bit of this. It says, Hunter Biden has asked an Arkansas judge to block his 4-year-old daughter, Navy Joan, from receiving his last name. London Roberts, Biden's ex-lover and a former stripper, sought to change their daughter's last name to Biden. She believes the Biden name is synonymous with being educated, successful, financially acute, and politically powerful. But Biden who initially denied the little girl was his daughter, says the opposite. According to the New York Post, he believes that Navy Joan will not live a peaceful existence if she's permitted to take his last name. In the motion filed by his attorney, Biden claims that the girl should be free to decide for herself at a later date. Roberts believes that giving her daughter the Biden name would begin to misconduct or neglect. Sorry, this doesn't make any sense. Robert believes that giving her daughter the Biden name would begin to misconduct or neglect. This sentence doesn't make any sense, as the little girl remains estranged from the first family. Navy Joan was born in August of 2018, and Biden denied that he was the father. A DNA test requested by Roberts proved that he did indeed father the child. The girl was conceived while Biden was in a relationship with his late brother Bo's widow, Haley Biden.
Oh, hell no.
Messy, messy, messy.
That's straight out of a soap opera. That's Young the Restless, but in real life. What?
Yes. So again, he was in a relationship with his late brother's wife, Haley, when he went out and had a baby that he denied with a stripper in Arkansas. Yes, all of that.
You know what? Now, the more I think about it, the more natural or normal this seems, because this is like rich boy stuff. Like, you know what I mean? This is exactly the drama that the Hiltons have come up. You know, the royal family is a good example. Like, this is rich people just doing rich people things. Like,
but it's just dry.
Sleeping with each other's widows, having kids with strippers. Like,
well, the dry part is that, like, his brother went to war, yo. The man died of cancer, meaning that all this time while his brother was like dying, he was there lusting after the man's wife. And this widow, she's no prize either, because the man wasn't probably even cold yet when they started this relationship. And clearly it meant nothing to him if he went out and found this other lady to have a baby with. And now he's trying to make it sound like, well, I don't want the baby to have the last name because I don't want him to be affected by what? By the media?
Also, you know what? Good PR, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. For good PR, I think it would be better, because the reason why we're talking about this is because he's trying to deny the child.
Exactly.
Right?
Once again, though.
Right. If he would own up to it, it wouldn't be a scandal.
No. He doesn't even want to own it. He's claiming that.
Sir, stop making trouble for yourself. Be like, you know what? I'm happy to have this little girl in my life. I plan on co-parenting with this woman. She's a former stripper, so it's not like she's still, she's doing something else. I don't know what, but the whole point is like, sir, just own up to the kid. It's better for your overall, because he's got a reputation.
He does have a reputation,
right? So,
does he? I don't know his reputation. Is his reputation a little?
He's, a wild one. I guess you could say he's the hairy. He's a wild one
of
the bunch. We'll say that,
or at least this is what the Republican Party has been promoting for a while.
Well, I mean, he dated
drug use and
he dated his brother's widow. So sir, I don't know. You got something to say? You're gonna wait till you're 3 minutes.
This is why I agree with Shaq when he says, "I'm rich, my kids are not."
I mean,
because maybe the Biden name would mean more if it wasn't for Hunter, but
okay, well, you'll have a little bit more to say in your 3 minutes. We're gonna move on, because this week we're doing something a little bit different. There is a page I follow on Instagram called 6 Brown Chicks, where people go ahead and put their business on the streets. Normally we may pick one of the topics. It was so juicy this week, I chose 4 of the questions to go through. And let's just say parents do better. So I'm going to go to this first one here, and I will be surprised if Robbie 3 times just does not have a ton to say with these. I'm going to start with the first one. And the premise of this is that they write in to ask people for help or advice about things going on in their life. So the first one, my online fiance of 4 months promised to meet me in real life. I sent him money to come 4 times, but he didn't make it. I traveled to meet him, and it was a woman. We've shared so much that I forgave the catfishing. I'm not lesbian, but we've had sex. How to trust her? Question mark. Help.
Are you kidding me? Where does one begin? What?
Okay, so this is what I always say every time we read these stories. Why are you asking for advice now? Like, you were supposed to ask the advice way before
You made said decision way
you said
before you.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And got stood up all 4 times.
And you got stood up all 4 times. You didn't write in.
But
You didn't
now,
write in after the second time. You didn't write after the third. You write after you slept with the woman.
and then the dry part is that, okay, when she got there, she found out that it wasn't a man, it was a woman.
And she still didn't
And
write
she was
in.
still like, okay, at least the person pays attention to me, so I'll just roll with it. You sleep with the woman, and now you're
And
asking,
how can I trust her?
about trust? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Jesus, come on, Lord, come through. Make it make sense.
I'm just gonna start with the first 3 words of what I read. She said, "My online fiance." I think that what is an online fiance? The person proposed and they've never met in person in real life. So they had been online fiance for 4 months, and
Girl.
how do you become an online fiance? I have so many questions.
I want them to give the name of this person.
And why is this person your fiance? And you're asking me, how can I trust them?
So she never talked to this person. She never looked at a picture of this person. She just said, when the person
No, they
said,
were
"Will you marry me?"
online.
She just said, "I do." And that was
They
that.
were online. They were online. So all of this might have happened over text and voice notes.
Oh,
But if it was voice notes, you'd have to have somebody else. Listen, I watch a lot of catfish, okay? So
Right?
what they normally do is if it's a woman and she's trying to trick somebody, she'll have one of her guy friends like
They're
you
all
do
in
the
on
voice
it.
on the phone, or she'll go hello, or do some like ridiculously deep voice. But my thing is, you are a lesbian. Just own it. Or at the very least, you're bisexual. Like, why are you trying to deny it? Because most people, when they find themselves in this situation, they're not going to then continue on the relationship.
No. They will probably, I've seen even where they're like, let's be buddies, let's be friends.
Yes.
Because I did share a lot with you, but I am not, attracted to you because, you know who you are and you know what you want from a partner.
No,
So
girl, she was all
this
she went in
girl,
all the way.
first, she's in hardcore denial.
I
I don't
don't
even
seems
understand
very desperate.
the process at which she does things. You're engaged to someone you don't trust.
That you don't know. You don't trust, nor do you know. You don't know this person. You never met them in real life. And hold on. First of all, what kind of man you date suck that you have to send him money 4 times?
How old is it?
Right? There's some fill in the blanks that need to be filled.
I really do.
Who is this person? What do they look like? How can we get in contact with them to ask these
To give
questions?
our advice.
Because then she wants advice. Like, okay, well, here's some advice, ma'am. With them to ask these
Sure, guys. Like, yeah, I'm confused. Robert, please tell us something.
All of that and more.
Maybe you understand more than we do.
I don't know how you got confused by a woman saying she's a man. Like, never come across. I can understand men getting tricked by trans men because the transition to become female is oftentimes very, very convincing. I
But here's the
I'm going
thing.
to. I know I'm going to get canceled, but I have never met a trans woman that I was like, "Oh, look at that dude right there."
So here's the thing. She hadn't technically met her online fiance. And when she finally met the online fiance is when she realized that it was an
Oh, so it
actual
wasn't
woman.
even representing a man; it was just a woman
It was no. So the woman was representing herself as a man online,
online, but she was actually a
but she was
woman.
actually a woman, and she'd been sending this woman man money to come see her. And when she finally got together, she realized it's a woman, but they'd shared so much that she's continuing the relationship. But how can she trust the woman who pretended to be a man that she was engaged to online? No make no sense.
This is purely in the realm of femininity. I don't understand any of it. This makes no sense whatsoever to me.
It doesn't.
None.
It doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't
It's-
make sense to
it's-
any of us.
One of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life.
It's stupid.
really
And then
stupid.
you want to waste people's time and ask help or
Help.
advice. Advice for what?
She already made her
It's too
decision.
late.
What's she asking now?
So when you actually met and it was a woman, you were just like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, well, they
Right.
shared so much.
She was still all right with it because they
Yeah.
shared so much. They shared so much.
Again, if the roles
kept
were
on going.
reversed and it was a dude showing up to meet a woman and it was a guy, he would be pissed, and there would be no carrying on from there.
And we move on. Right? Like it's you know what? Actually, before we move on, here was what happened. Because as women, we're still women, no matter if we're trying to pretend to be a man. So what she fell in love with was the sweetness and the nothingness that she thought was in a male attractive body, but was actually coming out of a woman. So that's what she fell in love with. As women, we're going to catfish differently. The thing she's going to stay up on the phone, or they're going to talk all night, and she's going to care about feelings and all of that stuff. And that's what she liked. And to find out that it was a woman doing woman-ish.
You used the key word nothingness. Women are really attracted to nothingness. I have in my experience.
I mean,
No lies have been detected.
I mean,
No lies have been detected. So
I
we're gonna
mean,
move on. We're gonna move on to the second one, because there are more after this, but this second one is a doozy. It is better than this one. So my side chick needed money for gas, and my woman was on her way home. So I gave her my debit card. Side chick went on a shopping spree. How do I explain to my wife that we can't pay bills because I'm broke? If I report my card stolen, my side will go to jail. Advice.
come clean, sir.
Do not collect $200.
Come clean.
You know what?
At this point,
This is what
what
I
else
say.
is there, sir?
And this is what I say. And I'm sure most men would agree. If you can't afford a side chick, you shouldn't have one.
Facts upon facts upon facts. Sir, I wonder what you got to say.
Is she really a side chick if she draws you and you're confused by what to do?
Also that.
Sounds like you don't want to lose her.
Also that. Plus, yeah, like this actually, you're right, actually. This is ridiculous because so you're using, first of all, your debit card. You give it to your side woman. Why is it that you don't have more than one card? Like, men that are trying to do this, be smooth. Like, you need to have two phones. You need to have,
you have the Batman phone.
Yeah, you need to have the credit card that's for
your
discretionary expenses.
Yeah,
yes.
You need to know how to hide the monies, right? Because even if this woman, she needed gas. Like what?
She went
then she went shopping.
She found Nordstrom and she went off. Okay.
Yeah.
He's
some new clothes.
Listen, he's definitely the idiot of the week. Like, we're gonna title him. That's what we're gonna do every week. Thank you, YouTube, because we're now on YouTube again. Every week, YouTube, we're gonna give you an idiot of the week. And though we haven't finished the show yet, and there are 3 other stories, this idiot is already gonna get idiot of the week because you're right. First of all, if you have a side chick, you should be able to afford your current life and your side life, right? Now you give your side chick your debit card, which is the debit card you need to pay the bills where your wife lives.
Yeah.
And now you're concerned, like Rob said, about what will happen to the side chick. So clearly you want to keep the side chick and lose the wife.
This is just stupid. What were you gonna do about money when she's got your debit card? How are you gonna explain that? Even if she just got gas, like now you can't buy a bag of nachos because you don't have your card. And Square, holler at me. I have a new slogan for you. Cash App is for side pieces. You didn't have to give her your card, bro. You could have just Cash App her $40 for gas.
Or Zelle or something.
Zelle. There's many Chime. Like, come on, man.
Okay,
so he's the idiot of the week, and he doesn't know how to even conduct relationships. So,
I bet she didn't even get gas.
She didn't get no gas.
Oh, she was like, "Oh, I get a lot more than gas," because she knows she's the side, so she was trying to hurt you, and you're worried about saving her. Stupid.
That is actually the craziest part. And it's like as we go down this for the idiots, right?
Do you think she did that because she loves you and she wants to do it? Or she was mad that she's on the side and that was a way to expose you and screw the situation up?
True.
All of that.
Because if you think about it, a woman who's in this situation and it's like you value yourself and your man who sees you as the side chick gives you his lame debit card. Like, go buy your $50 gas. And it's sort of like
slap in the face.
You know, you're not taking me to dinner. We're not going to the movies. You just throw me your debit card like here you go buy gas because that's all you're worth.
But here's the thing.
Vendetta.
I bet you she even went and bought things for her boyfriend.
Maliciousness.
No, here's my thing. He broke. Because here's the thing. Most debit cards, when you're out there, one, if you're taking out cash, they generally have a limit of about $500. Right? Most people, unless you're some high net worth, most are capping you at 500. And then if you're paying for anything online, then it might be 1,000. So let's say she took out, she was using just the debit. By the time she hit the $1,000, that would have been it for the day. So she did all of that in a day, and now you can't pay bills. So all you had was a little bit of money for your so $1,000. What bills? I'm done. Yeah, broke men, side chicks are not for you. This is a high network man type of game. Or if you're going to do a side chick thing, like Rob says, understand what that means. Cash App, Zelle, Chime, have a separate card, like Card said.
Strategize. Yes.
Get a part-time job.
Yeah.
Or
devote, when you take your paycheck, be like,
20%.
Yeah, 20, 30%.
To your extra girlfriend.
Because you can't be out here using the same bank account that you use to pay for your
wife.
Your light
hydro.
So when the light go off,
your light bill and gas bill.
What are you gonna tell her?
It's like, oh, there's no heat. What happened?
My side chick needed gas. I'm done.
She needed gas.
She needed gas. So before we get into the second half, as usual, we're gonna have Robbie 3 times give his 3 minutes. Let me actually get my phone together. So he hasn't been saying a lot tonight, which is interesting. So I'm gonna see what he's got to say, because usually he's a lot more talkative. So Robbie 3 times, you better dazzle us. This is our YouTube premiere in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, go.
Yeah, so we'll start with Hunter Biden, and I'm like, look, Hunter's been a screw up for a long time. it just seems, I don't even know, like he's trying to protect the little girl, but it definitely has a sleazy vibe to it. You're trying to prevent the child from taking the name of your family so that she could, again, if nothing else, it's name recognition. You know what I'm saying? She might get into a better school. She might, have a few more opportunities because of that last name. But he's too worried about trying to keep it in the dark with the rest of his shenanigans throughout the course of his life. That's why Joe was looked so old and crazy. He's been covering up for her his whole damn life. You know what I mean? And it's like that's why I said, like Shaq says, rich people stop letting your children behave like they're rich, and then your life will probably clean itself up a little bit because there's nothing worse than someone who feels like they are entitled to wealth who has never had to make money. It's annoying.
And moving on to the lady and her online fiance.
Yeah, I'm still confused about this situation. The online fiance. So, how do you propose to someone you've never met? Is that an arranged marriage or something like that? I don't like. Can these people arrange a marriage for themselves? Like, I don't. This is ridiculous. As I said earlier, women are attracted to nothingness. Like you said, he was the sweet nothings, the boop 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 boop, and in reality, it's what nothings turn into nothing,
Nothing.
because that's what they look for in reality, in real life, in the real world. Absolutely nothing. Look, everybody can be sweet and kind and compassionate and understanding until the first when the mortgage.
Oh, and so Mr. Side Chick Man who can't
On
pay
the
his
weekend,
mortgage.
idiot of the
Call
week.
a guy or really assess his financial situation like all that deeply because it doesn't really even matter. Like, bro, you handed this woman your debit card. It sounds like you only have one card, so what were you gonna do? Were you gonna go get it back later, the next day? When were you planning on seeing her again? How many days went by while this activity was happening? So many questions, but I would just leave it as,
Jeez.
why did you give it to her in the first place? I'm willing to bet soon as you made that decision to hand over that debit card, you made the decision she was about to blow the whole spot.
And that part. Before we get into our second segment, Garcia, talk to the people, Dad.
Yes, yes. Welcome to Not Your Typical Girl Talk. We are so happy to have you here.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are on YouTube live. We're also live on Instagram. So check us out every Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube, on Instagram. Not Your Typical Girl Talk is the handle. Catch the replays on Radio Regent, syndicated through iHeartRadio on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And of course, live here every Wednesday. Love having you all here. Thank you to Radio Region again for allowing us this platform. Check us out on internet radio on Saturdays. And let's move on with the rest of the craziness because there's so much more.
So, for those who are new to our show, Robert has nicknamed Tristan Thompson Trailer Load. And because we're Jamaican, all the ladies shove around because there's a song called Trailer Load, and it means you have a trailer load of girls. Now, this next woman, I think, takes the cake, and Rob may need to take that name from Tristan and give it to this young lady here. And she's about to explain why I feel the way I feel about her. Ready, set, and go.
Georgia, Eastman. How old are you? 28. You have any kids?
Yes, I do. I have 8.
How old are you?
28.
You have 8 kids that you gave birth to?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
gave birth to 8 kids.
Yes.
How old are these kids?
My oldest just turned 10. My daughter is 7, and my next son, he's 6. Then I have a set of twins who will be 5 on the 29th of this month.
And my second set of twins, they just turned 3 in November. Then I have a 1-year-old son. A 1-year-old son? Yes. All by the same man? 6 of them are, and the other 2 have another dad. What would you say to the guy that feels like 8 children might just be too much for him? Oh my God, I know. And wait, hold on. And not only are they 8, you have 2 twins that are 5, 2 that are 3, and then one set of twins that's 5, one set of twins that's 3, and then a 1-year-old. So you have technically 5 children under the age of 6, and you do have a 6-year-old. Yeah. They're pretty young. Yeah. So what would you say to the guy that's cautious because of that?
Robert.
I've said it before.
Robert.
I will say it again for those on the little bus. No man is more motivated to take care of your children than the father. How you got 6 kids by this dude talking about you gonna go look for somebody else? You need to be chasing behind this man wherever he goes.
So let me give you some more insight because I've watched the entire clip. I watched the entire clip and I watched it twice. This is what I do for this show. So again, the first child is with him. They took a break. She had 2 kids with another man. She said, no, I miss my first baby father. And then she went and had subsequently 5 kids with him for a total of 6. Now, how they broke up was they were together because clearly she just had a 1-year-old. They were together.
I'm sorry, I'm over it because look, okay, I would say most men would fall under this condition.
Oh no, so I'm over it.
I have a kid with you. I might be willing to try to work at it for the sake of the child until you have another man's child. At that point, the book should be closed.
Should be
How
closed.
do you take back a woman who had 2 kids in a interim relationship and then realize she missed you? So you had 1 kid when you broke up, you took her back with 3, and then you gave her 5 more.
Correct.
Neither one of them made it.
Well, that's that. What else can be said?
I'm not disputing that at all. Because, and I'm sorry, y'all, like, I don't know, call me old fashioned, but 28, 8 kids.
She like a million
And
tries.
you didn't even, I mean, what?
She has 2 sets of twins.
And you didn't even, like Bob said, it's like, girl, you tried, go to the utmost and try to make it work. Because 8 kids.
Yo, like in the 50s, 60s, around then, before, effinism kicked off. The woman got pregnant out of wedlock. She moved to another town.
It was shame.
Right.
She was shamed.
back for
She
this,
was
man.
shamed.
Like, for real. I think we should really start looking at it, start looking back at it like it's not a cool situation because
there is no shame in that situation. Girl, you just had a 1-year-old child. Then you had 2 that turned 3, 2 that are about to be 5, which means that there's still 4.
Right.
5 more kids and then realize we're not working on it.
Well, so apparently she said what happened was baby daddy found a penis pic of second baby daddy in her phone and he had been like, nah, I'm good. But then she says second baby daddy doesn't actually even take care of the kids or know that she lives where she lives because he doesn't have nothing to do with them. But he can send her penis pics.
Yeah, I just threw up a little bit more because she's still smashing the second baby.
Well, she says he doesn't know where she lives. She's currently in Atlanta. They were in Jacksonville somewhere. Anyways, Florida.
Or you have a 5-year-old penis pic in your phone?
Well, no, it's a new pic. It's a new pic, but he doesn't know where she lives. But it was definitely a new pic. Yeah. So the baby father, first baby father who came back, whatever, he had enough.
And didn't she also say that she was willing to have more kids?
But she also wants more kids.
Because didn't she say she wants a girl or something?
Yes. No, of the 8 kids, 7 boys and 1 girl.
Oh God.
And she'd like to try for another girl.
Right.
And I say go for it, girl.
Well, here's
go
the
ahead.
thing. This woman, technically, most people would say, girl, you should not be on a show promoting yourself, wanting to go out on dates.
Trying to find a man.
Right.
Go get your tubes tied. Ma'am, you had enough.
Who's going to take care of these toddlers that she's got running around?
The 10-year-old.
She's 28 and has 8 kids.
Yeah. So the 10-year-old. So the 10-year-old is helping her take care of all the other kids.
So now the 10-year-old has to grow up.
This is why these kids are so traumatized by the time they're 15, because they've already raised their own family. That's not even theirs.
Yes.
That 10-year-old didn't ask for this. That girl should not have any more pick-me. Because I guarantee you, if she does, she will have another boy.
Listen, and like for those women who are American, listen, I know in Canada we have clinics that you can go to and they will give you literally free birth control. Before there's anything, you can go to a certain clinic. There is almost no question. Do they not have that here?
That's what I'm saying. This is a mindset. They don't want to be on birth control.
Why?
They just want to keep having kids because they think it's cool.
How
is having kids like that?
For the last 10 years, she's been
and you have no father. How's that cool?
For the last 10 years, this woman has been on her back. For the last 10 years, from 18 to 28, she's been having kids. She's only been pregnant maybe 2 years, not even that much. That is how. I swear it's in Planned Parenthood where they can go and get birth control. You guys have a Planned Parenthood? Like, that's crazy to me. And the funny thing is the comments were hilarious because somebody said, and it was a funny comment because someone said, you know how bad you've gotten as a community when the first thing she said was at least she was 18 when she had her first one. She's like, that's how bad we've gotten as a community.
That's very disturbing.
Is that she was like, at least she was 18, right? Like, at least she was 18. Disturbing. This is where we're at. So, ladies, when you have multiple children that you just funneled out of your vajayjay, coming on a dating show looking for a man who's going to take care of your little liabilities is not it. And any man who decides that is for him, you get whatever it is that you get.
Yep.
I'm just wondering about this. Like, this is a crazy story because I can't even imagine sending a penis pic to a woman with 8 kids.
But technically he's the baby. But technically he's the second baby daddy. So he already tapped that.
Why would you want to again? You want another kid?
Like here was the funny part of her story because she was claiming that because Kendra likes to ask, why do you think you're single? Like, I think it's because of my kids. Because there's this guy from the past I've been talking to, and he just doesn't seem to have time for me because I've got my 8 kids and I go to school and I work and I make time for him, but it doesn't seem like it. Girl, you think? First of all, you're fertile as hell. You don't protect your womb, and you're reckless.
You ain't got no time. That's called neglect.
Oh.
Ain't no way you got time to 8 kids. Got time for nothing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because
I'm facts with you. That is neglect. There's no way you have time for dating.
If a relationship, sure, they with the dad, they would. But single mom with 8 kids, you ain't got no time. Stop.
No. And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, why are you even on this show promoting yourself that, hey, I'm ready to date? No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You don't need
to date. A 1-year-old.
She doesn't need to date until her youngest is literally 15 years old. I'm sorry. That's
no, she's out the game for a while.
Just chill out for a while. You need to chill.
I'm sorry, but you put yourself in this situation where you need to focus on being a mom for the next couple of years.
Yeah. Be a mom.
Sorry.
Stop this dating life. Don't call Kendra anymore. No. Don't call anybody.
No.
You stay away from that man that you're trying to hook up with. Stay by yourself with your kids.
Yes.
Do the player a favor and just stay by yourself. Please.
That's our advice to you. And so we're going to move on to the next two, which are actually quite hilarious. They are once again from Six Chicks. I'm not going to put them up. I'm just going to read them because our camera keeps getting super dark when I put it up. So this one starts with, my man got away from his wife and spoiled me for my birthday. This was the first time he stayed all night with me because he died in his sleep from sleep apnea. I'm heartbroken. I want to heal, but his wife refuses to forgive me. I have nightmares and I need closure. Advice?
Yo, I hope she haunts his ass. I
Okay,
hope
hold
that
on.
he
Can
haunts
I
her
just point
ass
out again?
till kingdom come.
Here's
She
another
wants
person
closure.
asking for advice way too late.
She wants closure.
Now you want our advice?
Yes, because the man dead in her
Listen,
bed.
what's more
Right.
closure than dead?
But she
It
wants
doesn't-
more closure. You all understanding it. She wants closure from the wife.
Let me just be very
She
clear.
wants closure.
Any woman who decides to have an affair with my future husband sitting beside me, if for any reason he while you guys are together, I will be giving you no closure. There is no closure to be had.
Thank you.
She wants closure. If you're listening, please send that asteroid. Like I don't blame you. You deserve it. You deserve it. Send the asteroid. I hope it's on the way.
Again, the first few words got me. My man got away from his wife.
Yeah, that says how great that relationship was.
Ladies, you don't have a man if he has a wife. He's not your man. He is a man with whom you're giving yourself to, but he's not your man because he is the husband of the woman he got on his knee for, proposed, and gave his last name to.
Yeah, and he's choosing to
A
go
man of what?
home all the time to his wife.
Thank you. That was different, but you know that's not what they're talking about. This ain't Akon we're talking about.
Oh no, this isn't like a polyamorous situation. No, she's sleeping with somebody else's husband and killed him apparently. I'm sorry, what? How did that happen?
Well, I mean, he was alive until he slept with her. I mean, you're talking
and stayed the night. So
here's that was his last night.
First and last.
The first and last.
I don't know a lot about sleep apnea. For people who know,
obese people, to be honest.
yeah, what?
It usually is inflicted by obese people.
Oh, sleep apnea. You
Yeah, I mean,
get
I'm
sleep
not-
apnea because you're obese.
So she was having an affair with an obese man?
I mean, that's possible.
And so is maybe there was a particular thing that she needed to do at night that the wife knew to do that he didn't have, maybe a device on his face or something. Something went wrong. Yeah, something the wife knows what to do wasn't done, because clearly, how does it the first night he stays out and he dies? It's because the wife knew what to do during his sleep. The wife probably has had sleepless nights in fear that her husband would die. So she, you know what I'm saying, probably woke herself up at certain times or movements or something. So, sir, that's what you get. It sounds terrible, but sir, that's what you get. Listen, I can't even feel bad for him because you
decided any of these people. I feel bad for the wife.
Thank you. Other than the wife.
I feel bad for the wife, but as for the girl looking for closure, girl, sit down. You ain't getting no closure.
Yeah,
I want this man to haunt you.
Yeah, the girl that wants
haunt
closure.
You.
It's
like Michael
this.
Jackson Thriller haunt. The whole dance with the I want Michael Jackson to just haunt you, girl.
No,
you get no closure. Not even a slither.
Like, sis, you can't be out here claiming that they're not yours,
closure,
and then they die in your bed,
in
and
your
you
arms.
want the wife to be like, "It's
I forgive you,
heart. We both love the man. I forgive you."
Is this like a sisterhood now?
No. That sounds like a really bad dramedy.
Sounds like a Hallmark film or a Lifetime Network.
A lifetime film.
The chick and the wife become best friends. That sounds like a Cameron Diaz.
That sounds like a Tyler Perry. No. That sounds like a Tyler Perry or some bad acting Tubi movie, right?
Yeah.
Like,
that's
girl, no.
That's not happening.
Yes. No, yeah, no.
No, not today.
So there is no closure for you,
No
and to
closure for
expect
you, man.
another woman to give you closure from ending the life of her husband, because whatever you did or didn't do, that's what ended his life. I
Killed
mean,
him.
his cheating didn't
Killed
help,
him.
sir. So I can't feel
Killed
bad
him.
for you. And rest in
We're getting no
wherever
closure.
you are. Yes, Robert.
I'm worried about cheating with sleep apnea.
Oh, like you don't have enough.
Like,
Man, what's so bad?
like trying to get in a medical trial or something like that. Like, I would think you'd have bigger concerns like waking up in the morning as opposed
I'm
to
dead.
having some.
Yeah, priorities. Where are they?
Priorities. That's the word for this segment. Priorities, people.
Well,
No,
his
understand.
priorities were not in order.
You're
Because if I knew I just stopped
Yeah.
Sleep
breathing,
apnea took the best of him.
I would definitely be very careful of where I fell asleep at.
there's that.
Yeah.
There is that.
Yeah.
So this is the listen. We're gonna spend a little because when I read this one to the ladies on Monday, there were so many unanswered questions because so much was left out of this, and we need to piece this all together. Okay.
Girl.
I invited my new neighbor to lunch at my apartment. He arrived with his unsexy girlfriend. They wanted to swing. She undressed and just sat on my face. It was awful. Sorry, okay. Give me a second. So, it was awful. I'm traumatized. I smelled her a week later. He hangs around my apartment and wants round two. Advice.
Where are y'all getting these stories? Like, now, have people forgotten how to say no? Like, how does she go from unsexy? You invited the dude, he shows up with her to sitting on your face. Like, how? Was there not even a conversation? Like,
That's the problem, Rob.
Right there, Rob. That's what we
There's
were
a
all saying. We're
big
like, wait a
part.
minute. What happened between eating lunch,
Food,
the Caesar salad,
Caesar salad,
And that's it.
doesn't sound like you ate food. You just
and she just lied there and let this girl sit on her face
even
and
though
start
she
like
didn't want
twerking and whatnot? Make it make sense. She just lied there and had her just pop it on her face, and she just sat there and ate it all. Like, she didn't push her off. Like, get off me, woman! Or why is she even in that position?
like what?
To end up.
Right.
And where's the boyfriend? A lot of
Because
questions.
you did something because she wants. It was obviously enough to make her want to see you again in round two and all that stuff. So you did something.
That was our issue. Too much was left out of this story because it went from knock, 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 open door, unexpected guest. Now you've got to split the lunch an extra way. So now you're sitting and you're having your made Caesar salad and some breadsticks and maybe some pasta, and all of a sudden she's on your face.
I don't think I've ever heard of anybody inviting someone over for a lunch date at their house either. Like, isn't that the point of lunch?
Weird.
Well, here's the thing.
Go somewhere during the middle of the day where it's light and you can just kind of touch
No,
on things. and
no,
move on.
no, not
It's
when it
just
comes.
a step up from coffee.
No, not when it comes to certain women. Here's the thing. He's the neighbor. I'm going to assume he's at least an attractive neighbor, right? That's why she was mad that he showed up. You could feel the madness, and he showed up with his unsexy girlfriend. That was unnecessary. Right? Like, he showed up with his girlfriend. That's all she had to say. But she clearly was attracted to him. She probably had eyes on him. She had her eyes set on him. He was the neighbor. They were gonna have a thing. It's like in-house D without being in the house because he has his own house on probably the same floor, right?
Girl.
So now he's up with this girlfriend because the boyfriend might have gone to the girlfriend because they're in the life. Hey, the new neighbor just moved in. She's kind of sexy. She's been showing me eyes. I'm gonna take you to lunch with me. So the girlfriend was like, "Oh, since you all up on my man, now I'm gonna be on your face." Damn.
Just let her sit on her face.
Like, okay, right? Because again, we go back to this whole. Okay, she probably wanted to impress the boyfriend, so she was like, you know what? I'll give him a show. I'll let this girl do whatever. Sit on my face, and then.
What?
And then now, what did she expect from this? Again, what are you
What was
asking
the
advice
outcome?
for? Like, what do you want us to tell you? You don't know
I'll tell her what
how
to
to
do.
say no as a grown woman?
She should go back for round 2.
Because here's my thing. Okay, so I'm just gonna demonstrate. So in order just for somebody to sit on your face, right? You know what I mean?
Down.
Right down.
Exactly.
Someone
Thank you.
that
You're gonna sit
Here's the
on
thing.
your face.
Right.
I am in the power position technically, right? Because here
Yes.
I am, and I can move myself, throw them
Right.
off, and
She
do
didn't say
various
the boyfriend
things.
was holding her down while
She wasn't
the
at
girlfriend-
gunpoint.
Right.
Just throw the girl off of you.
Right.
But why were you even in that position
Like,
for her to sit
you know
on
what?
your face? What were you were lying down already?
Maybe we all need to go back to school and learn what consent means or whatever, because she said it was horrible. If it was so horrible,
then why did you
is
sit
this
through,
girl-
or why did you lie down through
right?
it?
And why is this girl hanging outside your
Because
apartment?
I can't. Rob is beside me right now. I can't reasonably just get up and all of a sudden on Rob's face if he is not like how let me like how.
I don't think.
And this is why I feel that there's some lying.
There's something going on. Yeah, this girl, no.
There's
no.
some lying.
Okay, we
She got
obviously
a
okay. Rob's gonna
huge chunk
explain.
of how
Rob's
she
gonna
got
explain.
on her face.
All right.
Explain to
First
us.
off, she could be unattractive as you say. Bro, keep her around because you said she came in strict. So she is with it. She is very much on his agenda and his routine. She is down with whatever he's done. You were on your back catching D. That's why you were in that position. And while you were in that position, she just helped herself and sat on your face. Now, why she was okay with what? How did it go from you didn't want her there to you on your back getting D?
Because that was her plan in the
That
first
was
place.
your plan in the first
And
place.
the unsexy girlfriend ruined it a little bit because now you had to
Man,
share.
I don't know.
But then, sis, if that's what your plan was and your plan went foul because he bought his girlfriend, that's on you. Like, don't be out here asking us advice. Advice for what?
She knows what to do. Go and have round 2. That's your advice.
That's basically.
Go have round 2. Just go.
So that girl still has her man, and you're still a week
And
later
you're
trying to
still
get
have
personnel out.
afterglow of face on your face. You have her whole pussy on your face.
You know what I'm saying? No, she wants her out the picture and doesn't understand why she's not going anywhere because she is the ultimate wingman for bro. Like she is just with it. So, but the whole situation and scenario is just disturbing. And Ben, you're not that attractive either. That's why you had to do the bait and switch with the lunch.
Here's the thing, people, because we're going to give lessons. Again, we're here to make sense of foolishness.
This is a lot.
Stop. Just stop. Just stop and think. Stop and think. Is this a good idea?
Right.
Is this a bad idea?
Right.
Is this an idea that I'm going to have regrets about?
Right.
It takes only a few seconds.
Right.
Do all of
Because
it.
I'm sure it took this woman a bit of time to take her clothes off.
But she was already for it. She was on her back. While she was
and that's
undressing,
what I'm
she
saying.
was
Like,
lied down.
stop being in denial and lying. There's obviously some lying going on here. And what I'm noticing is it's like, she was saying, right? Stop and think. What people are doing is they're
They're acting. They're going
just
all the way.
being reactive and just doing whatever without that thinking piece. And then after it's done and the mess is all over the place, they're coming out here now and saying, help. Help what?
You already made your decision.
It done already. There's nothing to help you.
The girl already saw on your face.
It's like, honestly, I know Robbie 3 times is gonna have his 3 minutes, but all these stories tonight are crazy, but especially like a woman with 8. How do you end up with 8 kids in 10 years?
Girl,
She likes being pregnant.
There is no one in the world that can like being pregnant that much.
no.
And now, and here's the thing. And listen, yes, there are people who love kids. I've met people who love kids. I am not one of them. I don't pretend to be one of them. I can do without, right? But there are people who love kids.
600-pound people like food.
Thank you. It does not mean you keep doing it over. But then here is the thing. If you go and have them babies, then take care of them. Why are you out here trying to find new man? For whom you would have to split your time between. Listen, it was hard enough being an unwed mother with one child. I had one singular. It was me and her, which means that if I needed to go on a date, I only had to find a sitter for one child.
One. A lot easier than.
So much easier.
Then
So much easier.
8. 1, 3, 2, 1, and 2 that are 3, 2 that are 5, 1 that's 6, 1 that's 7, 1 that's. Who's keeping all these kids for you to go get there? Because that's all you're gonna go get. No man is truly gonna be serious with you. He can't be. And if he is, he's an idiot. He gets what he gets. So
all of
we're
that.
just gonna do our 3 minutes with Robbie 3 times, and maybe he can make sense of this because he tends to do a really good job from a male perspective. Because I sometimes, as a woman, I don't even get it. It's too much for me. And so Robbie 3 times, please make all of this make sense. I'm going to put this down here and let this lady talk about her 8 kids in the background. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Yeah, this just seems so Atlanta to me. Like I'm again, she's gonna do what she's gonna do. She's gonna behave how she's gonna behave. She's gonna have all the kids that she wants. I am upset at dude who had one kid, didn't work out, came back to her with 3 kids, and then gave her 5 more. Like, bro, you are everything that is wrong with what's going on with fellas these days. Like, that's why women act like they're unaccountable for their behavior because you participated in this ridiculous thing. Until men get to the point that you just gotta get certain consensus that certain women just shouldn't get any fee. Same way certain men shouldn't get any fee. We're gonna have real hard trouble. Trust me, there's guys that come in her inbox, they're looking for easy sex and will wind up with kid number 9.
Moving on to my man who died in his sleep from his sleep apnea.
One of the all-time dumb death story type situations. That guy, it's like you said, it's so much of it kind of alludes to the fact that you were way outside of your environment because you're sleeping with this issue fine, but like she said, you sleep there. There must be something. You got a machine. Your wife know to roll you on your side. Something is going on. This woman, it's your first time, and you didn't even warn her, like, yo, I might stop breathing in the middle of the night while I'm asleep. So, I need you to kind of be attentive to me or something like that. Like, wake up at the pearly gates. And
you wake up at the pearly gates.
The lunch threesome.
Yeah, the lunch threesome is like this, and this is like on the flip side of dude with the 8 kids. It's like this chick is like she's so capped and so fugazi. It's like you it was so whack that you did it anyway. Like most people don't do stuff that they consider whack. Like most people, like one, this ain't your first rodeo because that doesn't just happen like that. Two, you make it sound like bro just showed up with this shit out of the blue, which 20% possibility he did, 80% he smelled the 304 all over you. So he was like, babe, I got one. She talking about lunch. She want me to feed her D, I guess. And that's where it went. And he was able to get his girl off too. And now she is the one circling around looking for you to double back. And not him. He ain't even, he good.
And there's that. So thank you, everyone. Kelly, talk to the people, damn.
Yes, we want to thank everyone so much for joining us right here on our show, Not Your Typical Girl Talk. We're here live every Wednesday, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. We want to give a thank you to Radio Region for giving us this platform for our podcast. Yes, that's right. If you didn't know, not only are we live, I'm looking at two cameras, not only are we live, but we're also on internet radio. And you can find us through Radio Region, syndicated through iHeartRadio. We upload every Saturday at 7:30. Just go there. And you can go there right now. And you'll hear all of our past episodes. Have a good laugh and enjoy them. We laugh at them. You're going to laugh even more at them because we're here trying to make sense of the craziness and the foolishness of these crazy ass internet. Thank you so much for watching. Find us all over the internet under the name at Not Your Typical Girl Talk. We got Cursia, I'm Telly, we got Queen Sheba, and we got Robbie, not one, not two, but 3 times. And until time.
Bye.
Thank you for those in YouTube land. You're going to see us every week. Make sure you subscribe and watch us and get our clips. And Instagram, as usual, you got us. We've been rocking. So we're gonna rock out. We're gonna rock out. We're gonna rock out, and we're gonna sign off. YouTube. Bye, YouTube.
Thank you, YouTube.
Bye. And Instagram. We out. We